So when I think of Berkeley and Oakland golf courses, two golf courses stand out to me in terms of fun and design. The first one dates back to my childhood. I have a lot of fond memories here, and to be perfectly honest, my bias is I prefer foresty golf courses. I prefer courses that are more inland, that are surrounded by trees and remind me of redwoods. Maybe it's because I spent my early teenage years around redwoods. Maybe it just takes me back to that. But these are my favorite golf courses, and Tilden Park is one of my favorites in this area. It's roughly between $54 to $35. To be honest, that's what basically all of these golf courses are going to cost. What are the features here? Well, it's extremely hilly. It's not the easiest golf course to walk. I always walk it, but I wouldn't recommend it for someone unless they're an experienced walker, because this has a ton of elevation change. Like hole 9, you go up a hill. The first hole is a par 5 that's straight uphill. It's a very popular golf course, and since the pandemic, it has been hard to get a tee time at this course. Other things to know: there is a ton of forced carries. You've got to keep the ball in play, because if you don't, you're probably going to lose your golf ball. There's lots of trees, barranca, and different types of stuff that if you miss the shot, you're going to be very penalized. You can lose a lot of golf balls at this course. Take at least 10 golf balls when you go there. Now, in my opinion, the front 9 is stronger than the back 9, though the 10th hole is one of the coolest tee shots you will ever hit in your life. You're up on the top of a hill and you just hit the ball down, and it's one of the coolest shots. It's almost like Franklin Canyon, I want to say hole 14 or 15, where you have the launching pad. It is a great feeling. But the strength of this course is the 3 opening holes on the front 9. The first hole is a par 4 that really should be like a par 5. It's a 420 odd par 4 uphill that plays very long. This course typically, at least in the winter, sometimes in the summer, plays a little bit on the wet side, and it takes 2 great golf shots to get the ball near the hole on this hole. The second hole is a dogleg left with a sharp turn where you can't even see the green from the tee box, meaning most golfers slice the ball, so this is going to make that a very difficult approach. The third hole is one of the funnest holes to drive on, because it's just a straight downhill par 4 where you could realistically hit a 300-yard drive, and everyone loves to tell people how far they hit the golf ball without adding caveats. So you could say, I hit a 300-yard drive on this hole. The greens are okay, but this course is just really well made and always enjoyable. Next up is Monarch Bay. I recently played this for the first time. It reminds me of Half Moon Bay, the ocean course. It has ocean views. It's wide open. It has signage that feels like Half Moon Bay, the ocean course. It's a resort feeling golf course with a Muni vibe. It's easy to walk, and it has 2 parts to the course. One part is this over a bridge, you go to the links part, and then the other is just Muni golf. There are select Muni holes that just kind of look like high-end municipal golf from the greater Bay Area. Think of TPC Harding Park as a great example. Think of Corica Park. Think of other high-end Muni courses, and that's what you're getting. The second half of this course, the back 9, I think is the stronger 9, and the closing holes that finish up on the water are really, really awesome. I really enjoyed this course from start to finish, and I think that if you're wanting some cool views and you're worried about losing your ball, there are a few shots like hole 12 where you have to hit over that canal, where you're going to have to do some forced carries, but for the most part, your ball is going to be in play, and you're going to have attempts to make good numbers, good scores. Very fun golf course, a lot of bunkers, as you will see in my vlog for it. Metro Golf Links, I think, is the purest golf course to play. It's a very hard golf course. It's built in a links golf vein. It's a Johnny Miller course, and That alone always makes the golf course a lot tougher. And then it's next to an airport, so wind is always blowing. It's always hard to deal with. Just a very, very rough course with the elements. It's one of the longer courses, I believe, in the Bay Area if you play it from the tips. And I have to say, one of my favorite greens in the Bay Area. I've shot some of my best rounds at this course, and I think it's just because I don't know, I really like the greens here. The greens make a lot of sense to me at Oakland Metro. It's a fun course that to me never has gotten old. You can lose a ton of golf balls here. I'd take 10 to 20. A lot of it is reflected on, can you hit good iron shots? That's a big staple of a Johnny Miller golf course. I would say that it doesn't really have, for me, a memorable golf hole, which is kind of strange for a golf course I like. But that being said, it's more of like a test of golf. It's built more for a serious golfer, a lover of golf. It's a golf course, I think, that a person who's trying to improve their game would be more drawn to than maybe the other courses on this list, because I think that the person it attracts is a more diehard golfer. Lake Chabot I will put down as the value pick, but it's also the quirky pick. I think that it was built in a day and age when golf architecture didn't believe golf balls and technology could go as far. The course feels very short in the modern era. Each par 5 plays very, very short. I mean, you could play some of these par 5s with 3 woods and still have an iron into the green. That's how short some of them feel, even from the back tees. One interesting feature is when you drive in, the strip of land to drive to the pro shop is actually part of the golf course, and people are going back and forth across the area where you drive into the golf course. And I think that's part of the quirk of this course. It's a staple of the Bay Area golf scene. The par 3 ninth hole where you hit off a cliff and then you get a crater ball into the green is definitely one of the marquee holes. But what's really stands out about this course is the par 6 18th hole, which in the summer plays like a par 5, a longer par 5. It's all downhill. The big key to this course is just keeping your ball in play. If you have big fat slices, big right misses, can't keep the ball in play, can't get the ball in the air, this course is designed to penalize that type of player. But if you can play very disciplined golf, keep the ball in the fairway, you're going to have a lot of chances to score and play well here. Most of the greens are on hills and elevated, but that being said, the greens itself I'm not really in love with. They remind me of a golf course that no longer exists named Pine Meadows in Martinez, California. They're very similar to those greens. Sometimes they can do funky things, but I think Lake Chabot, it's quirky, it's fun, it's just what it is. A vlog will be coming out soon about it. Corica Park, which I think I say wrong every time because people love making fun of it. So I'm going to say the South Course in Alameda has the best amenities of any course. It has a great restaurant. The pro shop looks probably the best of any. And the South Course is based around the Australian Sandbelt Golf Course design, with the gold standard being Royal Melbourne, which is one of these world famous golf courses. It's been featured in golf video games. The President's Cup was held at that golf course. And the South Course is really a firm course that has a lot of bunkers on specific holes, and the greens are the massive protection of this golf course. So if you really struggle with your short game, this is a course that possibly could eat you up. I feel like holes 10, 11, and 12 are the hardest stretch of holes on this golf course. 10 is like a par 5 called a par 4. 11 is a 205-yard par 3. And 12 is just a really hard hole for me to ever drive on. I always hit it off the toe of my club into the trees, and then it turns into playing for bogey. So the South Course is up there with Oakland Metro for me as probably one of the toughest tests of golf in the area. I think it's trying to turn into a Mega Muni, and what I mean by that is turn into a TPC Harding Park or a Torrey Pines in that vein. And with its new addition, the North Course, which is inspired by Link Style Golf, they have a 9-hole. Hit the link or leave a comment if you want me to review that in the future. The course is a lot about kind of what I'm trying to get away from in golf, where it's like, what's my skill level at? How can I handle each and every shot? I've never shot better than 80 at this course, and I always feel like I start out really well. The first few holes aren't that hard, and then by the 15th hole, I feel like the life has been sucked out of me. So if you've ever felt like a golf course has just punched you in the mouth and it hurts, that's kind of what this course feels like for me. It's not that it's a bad course, it's just for my skill level and what I have to do at this course, I never feel like I excel on this course. So that's a me problem, not a you problem. But take that into account, that if you're going for enjoyment, this is one where you really have to be playing well, I feel, to get the most out of the course, because it's very difficult. As I said before, they offer good food, and it's a very hip and modern design. I hope that these recommendations help you out. Also, one thing I should note, if you're going to UC Berkeley or you're going to a graduation, I think Tilden Park is the closest to that campus, and that might be beneficial for some people. If you enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and make fun of my voice.